Well, as you can see, we've had three transfer loads. So that's a dump truck with its trailer full of rock, and frankly out there we still got to bring that up probably 8 inches or so to make it level. That's just to make it level. So, and of course I need some more rock for down there. Lots of rock. My wife loves rock. She doesn't. She actually has a nightmare just from all this rock that we've had throughout. She's like, oh my gosh, so much rock. We have a rock quarry here. Anyhow, I'm gonna plate compact this because I should be doing lifts. The dump truck did roll over it back and forth, and to help compact it. And so I'm gonna hit it with the plate compactor. You can see this big plate compactor. It's about 250 pounds, and it's just gonna hammer on that as well as a little bit here. So when I'm driving back and forth, it helps, makes it a little more firm. So, and I also raked it to kind of get rid of any real drastic humps. Otherwise, it's just gonna be pounded in one little area and not other. So that's it. We'll keep on compacting, more gravel, and so forth. The reason for installing the 6 truckloads of gravel needed for this shop area is that I did not want those big heavy trucks going over brand new asphalt. All right, well, rock's all delivered and set up. My big pile right there, that's for my fine grade for my asphalt, and as well as some various other little areas. But the majority of the base is there for the shop. I left a few areas I still got to work on. I got to move this electrical on back, so I didn't want to fill that all in and have to dig it right back out. So that's going to happen there. The perimeter I got to widen just a little bit. And this area's got to get to grade, so some of that's going to go there, some of it's going to finish that, and then some of it's going to finish that. So kind of how I figured how much rock that I needed was I used the Construction Master Pro calculator, and it was a triangle. I knew it was about 2 feet back there to almost 0, and I figured 28 feet wide, 40 feet deep, times all those together. So length times width times depth divided by 2, that's a triangle. That's the volume. And then on a Construction Master Pro, you can hit tons. So let me show you. I'll clear that. So we have 40 feet times 28 feet times 2 feet deep divided by 2. That's for a triangle. Okay, that's your cubic feet, and then you actually have a tons button right there, convert tons. So 62 tons, and that would be just this area, not including this. Well, a dump truck, just the main dump truck, holds about 12 tons. They average from 10 to 15 is what, at least what the internet said for 3/4 rock. So if that was divided by 12, gives me about almost 6 truckloads. So what I ended up having was 4 transfer loads, so that's a total of 8 truckloads. So which is quite a bit more than that, but I needed a bunch, probably at least 1 to 2 truckloads in this fine grade for this driveway, getting ready for asphalt. I needed at least 1 truckload for this here, that drain rock, the 3/4 drain rock. So with that, it won't take long, and that whole big pile is going to be gone. And so my priority though, because here in like 2 weeks I'm gonna have asphalt, is to work on this. I'll probably, just because I don't like it staying like that, I'll probably dump a bunch right there. But as far as the pad goes itself, I'm not going to mess with that too much until that rock is either dwindled down or to where it's accessible around the perimeter. So I'm going to be carving the side, taking it places, so eventually I can get to the edges. So that's the plan, is moving more rock and then also fine grading our asphalt. Today we're going to be working on our subgrade for our driveway, so we can get asphalt here in about 2 weeks. And I need to, there's some fine grading that I need to do. We already kind of started this area here. You can see the kind of the darker color area where we added some rock. The asphalt's only going to be 3 inches thick, and it's going to get compacted probably next weekend. I'll get a compactor. So what's happening is it kind of slopes this way, and I'm going to kind of create like a little bit of a belly right in here, so it can kind of channel the water off to the side. Right over where Anna's doing, I'm going to create another kind of channel going downhill, going that way. And where the dash line, that'll be the front of my shop eventually. So working on creating like a slope going that way, and it's going to be kind of a pie shape right here. So that'll be going downhill. This will be kind of level, but all in the bottom of the belly, sloping that way. And making sure it's nice and smooth, no humps and lumps and that sort of thing, kind of leveling those out. Up at the driveway, the other thing I need to do is widen the edges. It kind of rolls and tails off at the edges, and I'm going to flatten that out. And trying to maintain a direct slope kind of downhill and away, so it all sheds off on that side is the plan. So lots of prep work. So big thanks to my neighbor with the tractor. I think that's going to be the size I'm going to need and want for this property. So yeah, so here we go. Watch the process. Well, as you can see, all the asphalt's done. Wakeview did a great job out here. So unfortunately, we didn't have videos of the whole process. I kind of wanted to, the process of them rolling it, laying it down, compacting it, all that sort of thing. But we had some technical difficulties with the video. So this is the best I could do. It's the after. Some of the things that they talked about was after a couple years, to sealing it. It's good to seal the asphalt once it's laid after a couple years. Things that I'm going to be coming back and doing around the edges is backfilling, so raising up the grade a little higher. They recommend about 1 foot of gravel on the edges of the asphalt. The reason for the foot is if somebody does drive over, especially with bigger, heavier equipment, it's not going to break and roll those edges. So I'll probably come back with some gravel about 10 inches. I don't necessarily think a foot, but they recommended 1 foot. And then a little bit of fine grading later on in the process. But this is what we got. We got nice, brand new, good looking asphalt. It is cheaper than doing concrete throughout. I'm a concrete guy, but asphalt was cheaper. Concrete would be a little cooler because it's a little lighter in color. And also, of course, there's many other products, but this is what we chose. This is about 70 tons of asphalt. For the most part, a minimum of 3 inches, and yeah, it's about $10,000. So it's a chunk, but everything else would have been more expensive. So back here where our shop's going to be, so I had them do a couple things for where our shop's going to be. This is going to be parking going across here, and you can see a previous video on a French drain and some work that was being done here. But right at the end, I had them end it. Eventually I'm gonna have to saw cut it to pour where the shop's gonna be. But water flows downhill. It's got a pretty good grade going across here, and it has a little bit of a belly right in here, and I wanted that, so if when water comes around, it's diverted and goes around this direction. That end of the asphalt is for the most part level. It's not perfect, but they didn't have anything to go up against either. So eventually when I do go to saw cut it, I'll cut about a couple feet and I'll make the concrete match whatever that asphalt's doing. So but yeah, it looks great. We've stayed off it for about 3 days. That was the recommendation. 3 days. If you drove on it sooner and then you turn your wheels, it could chew and twist and tear it up. But after about 3 days, it was just plenty fine for driving a big truck on. So something to get used to when you're turning. So we got kind of how we drive or pull out of our driveways. We turn back into here and drive out. When you go to turn your wheels, don't sit in one spot and crank the wheels. It just tears up brand new asphalt, and plus it tears up the tires a little harder. So turn as you're moving, either backwards or forwards, you know. And that's about it. So it looks great. We're happy with the asphalt. Time to play some basketball, enjoy it. No peeling out, going up that little drive right there to the street. So it's pretty nice. So like always, enjoy yourself out there and be safe and have fun, and look forward to seeing you next time on the home build.